in the NFC East, my first reaction was to have the Philadelphia Eagles as my pick. Here's a team that I thought was basically loaded or good at every single position for the most part. You know, you've got Carson Wentz as your quarterback. When healthy, he's a guy that can be a difference maker. He's led his team, carried his team on his back. You know, you got a running back in Miles Sanders. They added a receiver in Jalen Rager in the first round to go with Alshon Jeffrey, to go with Greg Ward, who came on last year. They got two of the best tight ends in the NFL, strong offensive line, deep defensive line, solid linebackers, and added pieces to their secondary. So this was a team that I thought, okay, they are in a position not only to win the NFC East, but to be a potential Super Bowl contender. Now, things have not gone well this offseason for the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Brooks, even before the season started, even before training camp started, their starting offensive guard, one of the best interior offensive linemen in the NFL, out for the year, hurt. Andre Dillard, who they took in the first round a couple years ago, was going to be their new starting left tackle. He's hurt. He's out for the year. Jalen Rager, their first round wide receiver, guy that seemed to be tearing up camp, he's going to be out at least the first 4 weeks. And then you got Jason Peters, who they brought in to play guard to replace Brandon Brooks, now is wanting more money because they want to move him out to left tackle. And he said, like, hey, if you're going to move me out to left tackle, you need to pay me more. And then to top all of this, Carson Wentz is banged up and missing some time. Now, Carson Wentz seems to be like he's going to be okay, but this team, to me, seems snake-bitten. The season hasn't even already started, and their depth is really starting to take a hit. And while I say Carson Wentz injury, it just seems to be something that's going to, hold him out of some practices. Here's a guy who, when healthy, is one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL, I believe, but he's had trouble staying healthy. Last year, he got knocked out of the playoff game with a concussion, and the team just stalled out. Now, previous couple of years, he's gotten hurt and missed the playoffs, and luckily they had Nick Foles to take them and help win playoff games and even win a Super Bowl. So the Eagles were going to be my pick, but I think there's so much going on right now that I don't think I feel confident picking them to be the winner of the NFC East, and a big part of that is the emergence and the continued building of the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys were a team that really pushed for a playoff spot last year, and they've only gotten better. Getting a new new head coach in there, Mike McCarthy, I think he's going to do wonders for this team because he's an offensive guy. He's a guy that's had a lot of success, and I know he stalled out in Green Bay, but he took a year off. He really studied the game. It's been well chronicled, the different things that he's done to reinvent and get away from the staleness that he saw in Green Bay. They got Kellen Moore that's going to be calling plays, and this offense has gotten even better. So not only do you have Michael Gallup taking the next step, not only do you have Amari Cooper still being a solid receiver, but then you go out and get CeeDee Lamb at the 17th overall pick, who he was my number one receiver in the draft. I thought he was worthy of a top 10 pick. They get him at 17. So now Dak, who's a solid quarterback, but he's a guy that's going to need weapons around him. Now he's got three really good receivers. Blake Jarwin's emerging as a tight end. You've always got Ezekiel Elliott back there. So I think this offense is really setting up well for Dak Prescott and a guy that's really looking to kind of go out and prove that he deserves a big-time contract. Now the key for the Cowboys is their defense. They're got a new scheme. Rob Marinelli's out. And it's not going to be your Tampa 2, but they still got a lot of talent. You still got DeMarcus Lawrence. You still got Leighton Vander Esch. You still got Jalen Brown or Smith. And they're really their front seven is fast, it's athletic, and so there's a lot to like about the Cowboys. And I thought they were a fringe playoff team to begin with, but with all the injuries to the Eagles, I think it's the Cowboys that are going to be winning the NFC East this year.